Welcome to Decentralized News, a recap of the biggest news affecting the crypto economy. I am your host, Piter, joined as always by Aussie. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing exciting times. It has been a huge weekend. It is Inauguration Day in the U.S. All eyes on Donald Trump. So there's a lot of excitement about this inauguration. I mean, we had the whole meme coin thing going on this weekend. But the big excitement is what executive orders is he going to sign? So let's take a look at a Reuters article about what he might do his first days in office. This is, citing sources, unnamed sources, but, just kind of curious. What are they going to do the first day? So he wants to be known as the first crypto president. So I think he'll want to do some stuff around this right away. But the Reuters article mentions a couple of things. Starting a crypto council. So create a executive order to create a crypto council to help guide the government's policy on friendly crypto regulation. And then the other one was an order to direct the SEC to rescind SAB 121. It has been criticized. This SAB 121 has been criticized for potentially deterring banks and financial institutions from offering crypto services due to increased capital and liquidity requirements. It's just been argued stifles innovation in the crypto space. There was even a bipartisan effort to repeal it that was vetoed by the current president. So
Well, the
not
current
hard to do
president,
that.
as of
Well, yeah.
no longer, we are recording
Well,
this 2 hours after inauguration. So the previous
fair.
president.
Yeah. So, a lot of expectation that this is going to get rescinded right away. What was not mentioned in this article was an expectation that he's going to create a strategic national reserve kind of right off the bat with an executive order. There's some debate about whether that's even possible, or a stockpile, which seems more possible with an executive order. So the difference being one is purchasing Bitcoin, the U.S. government actually purchasing Bitcoin, and the stockpile is just the end of selling confiscated Bitcoin. But either one would put Bitcoin on the balance sheet for the U.S. government, which would be huge news either way. Right now, Polymarket bettors, well, before the inauguration speech, bettors saying 46% chance Trump creates some sort of Bitcoin reserve, just where it's on the balance sheet in the first 100 days. But in the inauguration speech, it was not mentioned at all. That you pointed out, he's still rambling to media, but in the actual inauguration speech, there was no mention of crypto. And the Trump administration sent a document to Republican lawmakers about their immediate priorities, and crypto was not in there either. So
It's interesting to say the least. Polymarket
there was a lot
isn't.
of excitement about what he's going to do, and then there's a lot of I don't know maxis or people really like the principle and the freedom and the decentralization, and he launched these meme coins over the weekend, both
Oh
both
yeah,
Trump and Melania. So there's a lot of mixed emotions about whether this was good for the space. Either way, it probably is a good snapshot of the state of the space.
yeah.
What's your take on the whole meme coin,
Oh,
Trump meme
it's.
coin?
I think it's interesting. First things first, the Polymarkets hasn't adjusted that much since the speech. It's dropped about 8%. So
Mm-hmm.
it's trading around 40% right now, expecting a Bitcoin reserve in the first 100 days. So I just wanted to note that as we're recording this, it is currently still in a downtrend, but seems to be settling out a little bit. I feel really mixed about the meme coins. One, it's official. So that's like he's really put like embracing that side of crypto. I mean, he's always like been on kind of that far edge. I mean, he did
He's
ordinals,
got the
he's done
NFT collection,
NFTs, like he's definitely
donations, crypto donations for his campaign.
yeah, so he's definitely been teetering on that kind of more extreme edge with like the more degen side of crypto. That being said, I do feel like it was really weird to do the weekend before inauguration. It
I guess there was the idea that it would be illegal for him to do it later. Like if he didn't do it now, he couldn't do it.
Maybe. So he dropped his on Saturday, and then Melania dropped hers on Sunday, or depending on your time zones, might have been Friday and Saturday for you. They were dropped at really odd times. I'll just say that. It was for like I think Trump's. It was like in the middle of the night for the U.S. market. So maybe Barron is having some influence on his parents and what they're doing, kind of the being in the cutting edge. Looking at that, Trump's meme coin, only about 20% of the supply was in circulation, or 10% of the supply was in circulation, but it reached as high as a 20 billion market cap, but it was sitting around 8 or 9 just post inauguration. So that's pretty interesting. It put it at 19 largest coin by market cap on the top 100.
Of all time, of all crypto. It is wild that in 3 days, I got to admit, I was a little disappointed with it. I was just hoping for, more of this strategic reserve kind of thing. And then it's just, we're going to drop a meme coin, And then
It
for anyone
reminds me of the
who's,
celeb meme coins, like Mother and all of the other celeb meme coins that went nowhere. Mother's the
yeah,
only one that's really stuck around. Like,
and
is
then, and
this
then you get excited about it, and then they drop another one, which just reminds you of how diluted this meme coin market can be. There's no intrinsic value. All they have to do is launch another one, and it just steals from the value. And then for everyone who's in the meme coin space,
it sucked
there's
a
a lot of
ton of
excitement around.
liquidity. It
Yeah, it
sucked
just
a
sucks all the liquidity. So all these communities that already existed, people are FOMOing into it.
god, lots of people FOMOing, and I
But
mean the
but then there's the
only
argument that any publicity is good publicity, and there is going to attract new users. But it's just I don't know.
it's
I
super
couldn't help
weird.
feel.
The one thing that I will note, and the one positive that I can see, other than attracting new users, because there's a lot of stats that say it attracted a lot of new users over the weekend, but there was a ton of Trump and Vance and like 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 meme coins, unofficial meme coins that were circulating up to like a week before the Trump dropped his meme coin. And so in some
Right.
ways this was kind of like, hey, like don't trust this random guy that created a Trump meme
Yeah, it kind
coin.
of like coalesces that meme coin community around a coin or two.
Yeah, that's it. It avoids like people launching scam Trumps, like it pulls all of that,
Yeah.
like, no, this is the Trump coin. And
Right.
so in some ways I like that's I would say a minor positive, but good lord, that thing just skyrocketed like crazy, and
It's
it's was a
intense.
weird thing for like a president elect to do.
And it really came out of left field. I mean, I just was like, what? What just happened? Is that, when you first see it, it's like, is that real? Like, it's like, oh yeah, it's real. And,
Oh
the
yeah,
internet's all
everyone.
over it. Like, no, it's not a hacked account. It's actually happening, And then
Yeah,
I think the Melania one I saw like 30 minutes after she tweeted it. I mean, I
yeah,
don't follow her or anything, but it popped up and it was already like billions of market cap. I think it was higher
yeah,
than where it is now. I mean, I didn't personally FOMO into any of these, but if people did, there might have been some frustration because Solana was having trouble keeping. I mean, there's so much action. Solana, and then it was on Solana, so that we should mention Solana because they're another big winner because his NFT collections were on Polygon.
and on Bitcoin because they had the Ordinals collection as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That was recent, but it's like, man, maybe you're a little disappointed if you're on Polygon. It's like, oh man, you gotta launch it there. A lot of people in this space hoping for like a meme coin season, in the Polygon space. So they're like a missed opportunity for Polygon meme coiners.
Yeah, definitely. It saw a huge spike. I think Phantom was like the number one downloaded app for a short time on the Google Play Store and on iOS. It processed over 1.25 billion in swapped assets in 24 hours on Saturday and it on Sunday, and it pushed Solana to a new all-time high of $293 on Sunday as well. So
But then like the issues, they had some issues. They have, the fees went up, transactions not going through. It seemed to kind of stop the momentum for that
at
price
least a
pump.
little while. You had to be, yeah. I know people that spent over $300 in fees, which a lot of people
Wow.
always laugh at, but they
Right.
were, I mean,
Just to get into, yeah. I mean,
just to
that's
get
FOMO.
into the meme coin. So it it does show that Solana still has some growing to do.
Yeah.
Didn't go down. It used to have full on outages when this would happen, but
Right.
it
Right. It does
it
have a
definitely,
reputation though that it's trying to get over.
yeah, it did lead to slow processing speeds, which did lead to failed transactions for some
Right.
people, just because of the fact that the price of tokens the Trump meme coin in particular was moving so much that the price they were quoted was not within their slippage tolerances. So that's just worth noting. But that wasn't the only thing that the Trump family did around crypto over the weekend. Their business, or their company, World Liberty Financial, which is a crypto project, they purchased over 4,563 ETH on the 19th, so on Sunday, which is about $15 million worth of ETH. This basically added another third to their ETH holdings, valued about 61 and 0.6 million, and they're holding over $106 million worth of crypto assets: ETH, USDT, USDC, Aave, Link, Wrap Bitcoin, and a few other
I think
altcoins.
ETH needed that headline. It's been a little disappointment with ETH kind of underperforming the market, and then Solana looks like a huge winner with these meme coin launches. That I think kind of saved ETH a little. Hope. There's also some news about them buying .eth domain names for like Baron Trump, Eric Trump. I
Yeah,
forget all the
they
names,
bought a whole bunch of their
Trump names.
yeah.
.eth. So there's still a lot of excitement around ETH, or just the potential for ETH still having a decent bull run.
Yeah, like some people kind of say that this was like a way to depress the ETH price with launching their meme coins on Sol, so that they could
Mm.
then scoop it up.
I love the theories. That's
Yeah,
good though.
the crypto
Yeah, I
Twitter
love
is an interesting place. So
it.
I'm not saying that that's true. No accusations.
But it's worth mentioning. It's interesting. You never know.
Yeah, they
The Wild
also
West.
yeah
Look at it.
they
Yeah.
also bought about $47 million in wrapped Bitcoin. So that was another like very interesting activity. Their World Liberty Financials making some interesting moves, to say the least.
Yeah, there's like kind of separate from Trump. It's like the family. I'm not associated with the family, but at the same time. But
Yep.
it definitely invites criticism, for
Oh,
Trump and his involvement with crypto and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was just a little disappointed. I guess I just want to see more than the meme coins this cycle. But man, I mean, maybe that is the theme. It's not going to be real world assets. It's not going to be gaming. It's not going to be AI. It's going to be meme coins and Trump meme coins.
yeah, that's for sure.
I'll be
I've
on the
seen
side.
some like post inauguration meme coins come out based off pictures from the inauguration. So Melania with hat is one that I've seen a whole bunch, and then Zook based on a couple pictures of Zuckerberg at the inauguration. But
Yeah. No, man, it's tough because like all coins with utility, it's already like a lot of competition. There's tons of altcoins, and then finding the ones that actually have utility that may pan out and not that are not just vaporware. But then you just have all these meme coins. You know what I mean? And it just dilutes the market. It makes it so much harder. I think it adds to the argument of a Bitcoin heavy portfolio, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's just a safer asset. But anyway, NFA, we are not financial advisors. We're just talking about it,
yeah, this is
working
this
through
is
our
our
own issues.
place to talk. We
But I mean, we can bring up a couple surveys. One, I mean, just all this excitement, right? So Google Trends saw a huge surge in how to buy crypto over the weekend as well. It's first all-time high in 4 years. So it is definitely having an effect on retail. And if you want to see a bull run, or how big a bull run you want to see, or whatever, you do want to see retail coming back. So that is interesting to note. But there was also a report from Chainplay. Now, this was a week ago, but it did an in-depth survey of 1,400 Americans about the state of Bitcoin crypto investing in the U.S. And what they found was pretty interesting. So 52% of Americans sold stocks or gold to purchase Bitcoin recently. A lot of this has to do with the excitement about Trump winning the election. And now he's in. The win of Donald Trump drove 38% of Americans to increase their crypto investment, with 84 of that, a large percentage of it being new investments, new investors. So, it's just a surge of new people coming into the space. Now, 68, almost 70% of Americans own crypto. That's a huge number. And 65, just about 65% have recommended crypto to friends and relatives. I'm probably have to admit I'm in that group.
I
And
am as well, for sure.
you're not
I
American.
mean,
You will be, but you're not. Just
yeah.
kidding.
So I mean, the survey is looks like they asked a lot of good questions. 1,400 Americans isn't that large of a sample size, but still interesting to see. Definitely an uptick from 4 years ago where we were sitting probably somewhere between 35 and 40%, I think. So
I forget exactly, but yeah, it's much lower.
yeah, so that's a pretty big growth, and that's not, I mean, the only growth that we've seen. We're seeing like crypto evolve as a space, and one thing that's kind of started to show that is Coinbase, which is in partnership with Morpho Labs, launched a Bitcoin-backed loan service, which allows U.S. users to borrow up to 100 grand using their
Now,
Bitcoin as
to me, this is a
collateral.
much more exciting product than a Trump meme coin. I know there's a lot of excitement around the meme coins, but this is exciting. Well, go ahead. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
it's pretty exciting. This is really like making Bitcoin a financial product because the loans are basically allowing people to use their Bitcoin as collateral, like you would use your house or your car or whatever, to take a loan and gain liquidity without having to sell their Bitcoin and incur capital gains taxes. So that's a pretty big move. Right now, it's capped at 100K and it's only available in the US, but this was unthinkable a long time ago. And there were some
You can
options
only
on
do this,
chain.
yeah, like in a real DeFi, but it's a little sketchy. It's not quite as solid of a company as Coinbase,
Yeah,
regulated
that's
company.
it. So this is like this is an official product, and I wouldn't be surprised, if we do see the SAB 121 repealed and rescinded, that maybe we don't start seeing banks move in that direction, providing
Uh,
loans based on Bitcoin collateral. So
or it's not hard to imagine maybe, if you own, the ETF that you could take a loan against that. Is that a possibility?
right now that's not possible because I forget which market that regulates this has put the collateral possibility against the ETFs at zero. But under a in a Trump presidency like we are, that it could be possible that that rule gets changed, just like we're seeing SAB 121 repealed or likely being repealed and rescinded. That that decision could be changed, and we could see some kind of collateral and leverage be allowed against the Bitcoin ETFs. Um, so it's definitely worth watching, but there's still at least one more big story that we need to talk about this week. Did you see the news about Rumble?
Oh yeah, so Rumble is a tether-backed and Nasdaq-listed video streaming company. Kind of confirms with YouTube a little bit lighter restriction, editing policies. So popular or gaining more popularity. But they confirmed, it was kind of rumored they were gonna buy Bitcoin, but they confirmed that on Friday they did purchase Bitcoin. Not exactly how much, but they have a $20 million plan. So I think this is a trend you're just going to continue to see grow this year. But Rumble, nice big name, confirming that they're doing it. They also had a cloud service partnership with El Salvador, which also just bought 11 more Bitcoin or something like that for their thing. So further solidifying their crypto ties for Rumble. So looking forward to seeing more and more companies get involved in this space.
I think crypto corporate treasuries are going to be a
Big
big
story
thing
this year.
throughout this cycle. Um,
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
maybe
Go ahead.
on the no beyond even beyond the cycle. I mean, I think it's just going to be a growing trend for sure.
Yeah, I think it's
But,
going to be one of those, like, if you think about the institutional narrative of a cycle, I think that could
I
be
mean,
the institutional narrative outside of the
yeah, I mean,
ETFs.
Fidelity, it's already their largest ETF is their Bitcoin one. So, and then just looking at companies taking on as treasury, it's just going to be a growing trend. What will be fascinating to watch is when we kind of head into your bear market, unless this is the super cycle, we'll see. You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
always talk about that. maybe a talk signal too. But if what happens with these companies and how do they react when the volatility kind of runs to the downside?
Yeah.
It would be kind of fascinating to watch how that plays out. I feel like it has to go through one cycle. It's going to be like real scary, bit of an unknown, especially the first time it happens,
Yeah.
or the first year it happens for a large amount of companies. So yeah,
Yeah, that is definitely something that I'm eager to watch to see how they react, and could be kind of that little piece that drives certain things to the downside during the bear market that we expect.
like some winding.
Yeah, some of that unwinding from maybe companies over leveraging themselves into Bitcoin and things like that.
That's their conviction.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. That being said, we're we've kind of covered all of the major stories this week, but it's we always touch on the macro, and I mean, talking about the bear market is kind of touching on that macro. We have a Fed meeting in 9 days, next Wednesday, so on the 29th. And right now, more or less, the market is at a 100% chance of no change. So no cuts in a week from now. There's no new data coming in the next week, so really, all they
You just
have
have to
all the
kind of look at,
information that they're going to
yeah, well,
have.
we did have, but we did get unemployment and some inflation numbers.
Yeah, all of that data was kind of net neutral because CPI and PPI came in lower than expected, so that was good.
Yeah,
Although expectations had it like kind of a bit hot, seeing a bounce in inflation. So it coming under expectation is good because it kind of just came in at parity with the last month's readings. So still above 2%, but lower than expected. So that's good. But on the flip side, unemployment also came in lower than expected. If you were hoping for quantitative easing and more rate cuts, you would have wanted the CPI and PPI numbers to come in like they did, but have unemployment come in hot, and that just wasn't the case. Unemployment is still cool, and so really not raising any kind of priority for a cut right now. So that's worth
yeah, kind of
mentioning.
steady as we go, and the expectations for the number of cuts for the year. I mean, just been trending down. I mean, it seems like one or two, maybe three at
Yeah,
the most, and that seems like I'd be shocked.
yeah, and right now the expectation is really probably like a June cut, so still like midway through this year as a potential cut date. So that's if you're looking for kind of some of that additional liquidity free up
Excitement,
coming. Yeah.
to make headlines or push this bull market.
Yeah, Fed does not look like they're ready to feed this bull market just yet. So worth keeping an eye on, but I don't expect anything major coming from this meeting.
All right, well, let's get into the speed run. We did talk about Solana, and they may not be done because there is some final approval deadlines for a Sol ETF on January 23rd, just a couple days away. So keep an eye on that, see what happens with that. An approval would be huge news.
That would be, I mean, that would like be very bullish news for the, for the fact that they just had an all-time high. Trump MemeCoins like sold to 1,000 or 1,200 even. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. That's just, I think it could be huge fuel, especially given the volume that we're seeing on Sol these days. I mean, 20 some odd billion, which is like almost 10x what we're seeing on ETH right now, and maybe about a 4 to 5x what we're seeing kind of combined on the L2s right now, ETH and the
The thing that
L2s.
always kept me away from Sol is just the inflation rate of their token. But man, all the news coming out lately, I'm getting a little FOMO-y.
I've got a small
Staying a little more
I've
on
got a
them all.
basket of Sol. Not maybe not as big as I'd want it to be, but I do have a basket. But talking about L2s, Mantle is, which is an L2 on ETH, is getting ready to reveal their 2025 roadmap and a new product in just a couple of days on the 22nd. So That's going to be interesting. The one of the narratives that Trump's meme coin kind of stole and did some damage to over the weekend was AI agents and AIXBT, which is an AI agent terminal mainly on Base, but I think they've also got a wormhole token on Sol.
Isn't that like the biggest individual agent kind of a thing?
I I think AI16Z is the bigger individual agent, but I think
Let me see.
AIXBT is the second or third after virtuals. I think it's smaller than virtuals, but that's not an individual agent. They're launching tiered access next week, and this is expected to significantly increase its revenue. So interesting to see.
Buy a piece at a lower price point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what AIXBT does and AI agents and how that narrative continues to take off or dies. But Zero
If I
One
want my bold
Labs,
prediction to come true, I need it to be huge.
yeah, Zero One Labs is also launching an AI launchpad in the next week, which will allow the creation, training, and launching of AI agents with automated socials. So the AI agent trend is really taking off, kind of like the meme coin trend did just about a year. It started to about a year ago. So this is something to watch. Maybe AI agents maybe lead the way over meme coins overall in 2025, even though there will still be some very major meme coins over the next year, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think meme coins are going away anytime soon, but maybe this is their last big cycle. I don't know. It's like, how many meme coins can you have? You know?
I think the answer that Pump Fun and Solana has proven is infinity, but
It's like,
we will
as long as we
continue
can
to
get new one.
watch. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. That being said, that more or less covers everything that we've got to talk about this week. Thanks
Thanks for
everybody for watching. Go ahead.
looking forward to the next 4 years. I'm excited. We got Trump in. All the worry about, oh, this is never going to happen, or something big event. You know, they moved it inside. He's not going to make it. So he's in. He's inaugurated. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
Let's see how this folds.
we'll see. We'll see what the next 4 years, what this next year means for Bitcoin and for crypto, and what the next 4 years mean from there. Really bullish, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Remember, we are not financial advisors, and this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching, guys.
Sometimes educational, sometimes entertaining.
Yeah,
Never financial advice.
absolutely. See you guys next week.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, Ozzy.
Bye.